Welcome back to the CryptoFather channel on this very gray early morning on the 21st of August. In today's video, maybe the mystery of TradeOgre's disappearance will be solved. I don't know. I'm going to talk about stuff that I found out that has been shared on X. X is a goldmine for a lot of information, and we'll go from there. But first things first, smash the likes, subscribe to the channel. These things are free and it helps, seriously helps to support the channel. There's a lot of people, a huge percentage of you guys don't subscribe. You come here, you watch the videos, stop being mooches, subscribe. All right, let's have a look at the market caps. Market cap is presently sitting at $3.965 trillion. We broke below the $4 trillion, which is not great, but I think we might make our way back up above that. $165 billion in trading volume. Bitcoin presently at 114,000. It retraced to 112, I think, or 1312, something like that. And Ethereum at $4,300. So it's looking a little bit greener today, this morning. Solana $186, Cardano at 88 cents, Litecoin $116, Toncoin still at 328, Meowcoin dipped again to quadruple 5839 right now. On the chart, Bitcoin completely completed the double top. So we had one top here, one top here. I talked about that a little while ago. And then mass retracement, and Bitcoin hit $112,600. It didn't go all the way down to 111,000. Who knows? That might still come. Presently, Bitcoin's forming a green candle on the daily. On the 4 hours, we've got some money flow coming in here. Right here, we've got money flow coming back in. It's still in the red right here, but on the daily, money flow is in, so we should be okay. We should see some more upward action on Bitcoin. Right now, the 0.382 fib is proving to be support, and then we've got this top of the peak line that is a support as well. Ethereum bounced off of the 3 support lines that were right here, 1 fib and one all-time high, and then another Fibonacci support right here. And presently Ethereum is forming another green candle. Let's see if it holds. There is some positive news. The positive news is on the back of Bitcoin Ethereum rise after Fed minutes shed light on rate cut descent. Federal Reserve Governors Christopher Wallen and Michelle Bowman, who is now Vice Chair of Supervision, have been signaling they're in favor of reducing interest rates sooner than rather than later. An interest rate cut would likely buoy the crypto market by freeing up capital for investments. So this is the good news. This is why we're seeing a bit of a bounce back on crypto. But so let's go over to the TradeOgre news. Over the past few days, I've reported on what was going on with TradeOgre. All the information that I found, I gave it to you straight up right away. So you were kind of on the go of what was happening to TradeOgre, what may be happening to TradeOgre. And now I found this information from an X account called Soon2, who has made a bunch of posts hinting at the fact that TradeOgre is part of a crypto fraud investigation. They are a defendant, have been named as a defendant in a crypto fraud case. Case 225 CV 01805, Mirashi versus John Doe, NJ District Court. New Jersey District Court names TradeOgre as a relief defendant in a 40 million plus Bitcoin theft fraud suit. Hacker allegedly funneled 521 Bitcoin through exchanges like TradeOgre, Fixed Float, Kraken, etc. So it seems like hackers have stolen a whack of Bitcoin, about 40 plus million worth of Bitcoin, and they've used TradeOgre as one of the exchanges through which they were funneling their stolen Bitcoin. The cases can be found online here. Mirashi versus John Doe, Unfortunately, all of these are behind paywalls, and so I cannot access them. Sad but true. I guess I could try maybe registering, but they want $49 and $99 plus for professional. Let's see if I can start a free trial. No, in order to get a free trial, I got to contact them. So this would be a whole ordeal. Probably I have to provide them with my credit card details. So yeah, unfortunately that's not happening. In any case, so let's have a read at what it says here. Temporary injunction. Defendants each of their agents, servants, employees, attorneys, partners, successors, assigns, and all other persons or entities through which they act or who act in concerns or participation with any of them who receive actual notice of this order by the method set forth herein or otherwise are hereby temporarily restrained from withdrawing, transferring, moving, selling, exchanging, encumbering, assigning, conveying, liquidating, or in any other manner disposing of any asset. So basically everything is frozen. Whatever their present form, that is contained in the wallets described in Appendix A to this order. So whatever exchanges the defendants, obviously whoever they are, TradeOgre, the defendants are listed right here. All cryptocurrency exchanges hosting any of the wallet addresses listed in Appendix A, including but not limited to Coinbase Global Incorporated, OKX, TradeOgre, Binance, KuCoin, HDX, Wire App, Hit BTC, Change Now, CoinX, OxaPay, Stake.com, CoinPal, and Uphold, and any of their agents, servants, employees, attorneys, successors, assigned, subsidiaries, or any other persons through which they act or who act in active concern or participation with any of them who receive actual notice of this order, whether acting directly or through any trust, corporation, a subsidiary, division, or other device, are hereby ordered to immediately freeze the identified wallets, and any associated wallets are described in Appendix A, including suspending all withdrawals, transfers, or other dissipation of assets from any account reasonably determined to control, own, or manage the identified wallets, or that is otherwise associated with the identified wallet through overlapping control mechanisms, common ownership, or internal compliance data. So it looks like TradeOgre has been ordered to freeze assets to this particular wallet. Whatever wallets are mentioned, we don't know how many wallets are mentioned. It's quite likely that TradeOgre has received a pretty nice chunk of these laundered funds, because it's like the only non-KYC exchange on here. So Binance, KuCoin, HDX, Coinbase Global, OKX, Wire, Hit BTC, CoinX, Stake, CoinPal, not hold, Uphold, not sure what that is either. But most of them seem to be pretty big exchanges. TradeOgre is a small one, so I could see why TradeOgre is affected the way it is. And who knows what else they may have going on there. Underneath is a post from the Red Panda Mining. He also posts some snippets here on March 13, 2025. I served TradeOgre by sending the court's order and opinion to contact TradeOgre.com. I have not yet found a reliable physical address for TradeOgre. So this was on March 13th. So TradeOgre knew that this could happen as early as March 13th. They haven't notified their customers, obviously, because that would have caused panic. But another snippet here. Whereas in granting plaintiff's motion for expedited discovery, Judge Patton authorized plaintiff to serve discovery requests on fixed float, Kraken, Change Now, EXCH. That's the one that went under. I think I was talking about that just yesterday. TradeOgre and Jodo exchanges entitled entities alleged to have received some of the plaintiff's stolen Bitcoin, as well as certain third parties, Google LLC, Ledger SAS, on Fido, Electrum, Verizon Communications Incorporated, and Reddit Incorporated, to facilitate plaintiffs' attempts to identify the hacker. And the last tidbit here, relief defendant TradeOgre is a VASP that received deposits of the stolen assets on information and belief TradeOgre is headquartered in the United States. So that's the belief for TradeOgre. Apparently it's headquartered in the United States. And the other exchanges may have been ordered to stop functioning, but TradeOgre, being the small exchange that it is, like you've got Coinbase, a big exchange, I'm sure that they've got a lot of leeway in what they do. Some other pieces shared by Sun Tzu. Approximately 1,000 in ETH was transferred from the OX whatever wallet to an intermediary wallet, and then deposited into a cryptocurrency wallet hosted at TradeOgre, a centralized cryptocurrency exchange. The other approximately 75,000 in ETH was transferred to a wallet under defendant's control with the address. Here's the address given. So that's one excerpt. From the BC whatever wallet, approximately 2.809 Bitcoin valued at 243,000 was deposited into TradeOgre wallet. An additional 1.9 Bitcoin was valued at 171 was transferred to another intermediary wallet, fragmented into smaller amounts, and ultimately routed into deposit address hosted by both identified exchanges and other custodial platforms whose hosting entities have not yet been determined through blockchain attribution. And the last bit says here, plaintiff's ETH was initially transferred to wallet address, which is controlled by the perpetrators. Approximately 80,000 ETH was sent from that wallet to an intermediary address and then deposited in a custodial wallet hosted by the cryptocurrency exchange TradeOgre. The remaining ETH was transferred to wallet address, fragmented into smaller amounts. So it looks like what we're seeing on TradeOgre right now, all these Bitcoin deposits, they could very likely be still ongoing deposits from the hacked Bitcoin. It could be mining rewards, it could be deposits from the hacked Bitcoin that is just being dribbled across different wallets and happen to be dribbling straight into the wallets of TradeOgre. Now, so I guess it's going to take some time for the courts to figure out whether TradeOgre is guilty, whether they will be persecuted, and what's going to happen to TradeOgre. But I guess unless TradeOgre is able to provide themselves with a pretty decent lawyer who can help them defend their case, it's highly likely that TradeOgre will not be coming back online, and it will be closed permanently. What's going to happen to the funds is anybody's guess. I guess the governments will seize them because they'll deem them all, illegitimate or all illegal funds. So that's all going to be gone for the most part, I presume. So that's that. That's not for TradeOgre. I don't see how they're going to be able to get out of this one, because when it was deposited, if the money was deposited into their accounts, they would have to prove that they had no idea where this transfer was coming from, who it belonged to. And even then, I guess, if the courts wanted to, they could probably spin it in a way that would make TradeOgre look guilty anyway. And I guess the presumption would be that, if you have massive deposits into a small exchange like that, then you should be paying attention to them and try to find out where all this money is coming from. Because usually, like on non-KYC, the deposits are, I guess, smaller. Non-KYC was not mentioned, so I guess no massive deposits were sent into those wallets from any hacks. But TradeOgre, being the TradeOgre and being the rebel that it is, it'll give the courts a good excuse to just nip them in the bud right then and there and get rid of the exchange for good. So chances are that we will not be seeing TradeOgre coming back online. What's going to happen to the funds? Who knows? But I mean, I'm just basing that on the information that I gathered right now from these posts. That's my feeling, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Quick reminder before I disappear: do pick up a Descent wallet, because it helps you stay safe from things like that. You exchange, you never know. Smaller exchanges, big exchanges, even. The deposits that are transferred or laundered through hacks and from hacks to and fro, you don't know where they're going, and you don't know where they'll end up, and you don't know how the exchange on which you're holding your crypto will be affected. So pick up a Descent wallet. It's a $30 discount on the purchase of one with the ref link below the video. If you buy two of them, you get $99 off, which is you get a better bang for your buck. And also the ref link is below the video. Also, do remember to pick up a copy of Crypto and Millennials, because this book is loaded with information about cryptocurrencies, how digital money is changing personal finance. It dives deep into the traditional finance system no longer works for millennials, and how cryptocurrency is reshaping the way we save, invest, and build wealth. This may be a good present for people who you think could use a little bit of information on cryptocurrencies, but it also will be a good read for you. Just in case if you don't know everything, fill out some of the holes that you may have in your understanding of cryptocurrencies. It's 188 pages, $11. Pre-order right now for Kindle. It's going to be available on September 1st. All the sales that are happening on this channel, of course, they help me continue grow the channel. So please do those. Also, most important, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Those are the 2 things, and share the content. Those are the 3 things that are probably even more important than anything else. I will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic Thursday. Peace.